Hey guys, Tabitha here from Soul Retreat 1111. Welcome back to my channel, and if you're new here, welcome. So nice to have you. So as you can see from the intro, if you watched it, my channel is all about spirituality, lifestyle, magic, and mental wellness. These things are just super important to me, and I had to throw in the lifestyle bit because I love to share things like great finds that I've had at Bath & Body Works, or food recipes, or grocery hauls, or, decorating. So I really wanted to incorporate that into my channel as well. But the primary goal of my channel is to have it be more focused on spirituality, magic and magical elements, and mental wellness, because mental wellness is huge. I feel like there is not enough awareness, and it is not talked about enough. Even though we have made great strides in a great direction, it still needs to be continued and worked on. So, without further ado, it kind of leads us into the topic that we wanted, I'm thinking of my podcast that I have with my friend, which is called Coffee and Magic, and that is a really fun podcast as well, and that's all about, basically our authentic, real, raw lives as mothers, working moms, and entrepreneurs, because we both have jobs, we both have our own businesses, we both have kids, and also about magic, since we're both witches. So yeah. But back to what I actually want to talk about today, and that is tips that have helped me with my mental bit of a backstory, because honestly I can't remember what I've put on here, but I don't think it was kind of related to that. When I first started this channel, it was definitely more vlog style, and then I was like, I really, because everyone's like, you gotta either do a vlog or you gotta do spirituality, you can't mix the two. And I'm like, fuck that, I'm doing both of them, I'm combining the two because I enjoy both of them. So that's my life, okay? So anyways, mental wellness. Wanted to share 4 things that really help me with mental wellness. I am ADHD, and I do take medication for that. There's nothing wrong with medication. There's nothing wrong with not taking medication. I think you do you, whatever you want. Just want to reiterate that. So I do kind of a combination, take medication for ADHD, and then I came off of my anxiety and depression medications because I incorporated more holistic practices. Again, this worked for me. I am not a doctor, so, these are only suggestions. If you are on medication, you need to speak to your doctor and do whatever is right for you in your situation. But that being said, I have clients who are still on medication for, anxiety and depression, or whatever the case may be, and they still incorporate these holistic practices to help them cope a bit better. So that's simply what this is. They're just suggestions for you to try to help you cope a little bit better, and things that have worked for me. So I'm only going to give you 4, even though I have a whole tool belt full of things that I could talk to you guys about. And yes, some of these are kind of basic and probably like, duh, why the fuck is she even saying this? But I'm just going to reiterate it, okay? So first tip, which is really honestly, I think a lot of people should know this, but I don't know, maybe not. So the first tip that I like to say is try incorporating more herbs. I'm not talking drugs. Okay, if you do drugs, that's totally on you. No judgment here. I don't, but other than my prescription stuff. But what I mean by herbs is just different actual herbs, like cinnamon, or whatever. Do some research and see what herbs can help you with whatever particular challenge that you're having. And for me, the biggest thing was incorporating herbs that really promoted calmness. You know, so for example, lavender really helps with calming. Obviously, I'm not eating the lavender, although you can use it in recipes, which I would like to try one day, maybe, probably. Future episode idea, maybe. But incorporating more herbs into my lifestyle, or flowers or plants, you know, whether it be you know, like lavender, like incorporating fresh lavender into a bath, you know, and doing like a calming bath, or having fresh lavender around to kind of inhale if I'm feeling like anxious, you know. And it also kind of gets into the breath work with it, because breath work's really helpful with coping with mental wellness too, like especially anxiety. So just incorporating more herbs and things into plants and flowers, you know, into your everyday life. I live in a climate that is cold, you know, Canada, and winter tends to be very blah. It's like white, gloomy, cold, snowy / rainy, and very long. And that can be very draining on my mental health at times. So I like to most definitely have fresh flowers. And guys, it doesn't have to be some extravagant bouquet. Freaking Walmart, like, they sell like $6 carnation bunches, or $6 bunches that you can get that have a few other little varieties in it. And I love having fresh flowers around and a really great smelling candle. It honestly does wonders. So that's the first tip. And like I said, I have fresh flowers pretty much all the time in my house, and I really like it. And I usually have a candle going too, because I just find it really helps. So the second tip is getting your body moving. And I know this probably, again, sounds very like basic and like, yeah, we've heard this before, but it is true. And it doesn't have to be like a workout. So that's why I bring this up, because I feel like sometimes when we talk about get your body moving, you know, it really helps with mental wellness, which it does. People automatically associate it to, oh, fuck, I need to start working out again. They want me to work out or whatever, right? And I feel like in a lot of ways, like especially if you've struggled with eating disorders, like I have and had, you know, and you know, you struggle with anxiety or overwhelm or whatever, like I feel like it can literally kind of put you into panic mode in some ways, because if you already have a lot going on, which, let's be honest, a lot of us do, it can be challenging to be like, oh great, now I gotta fit in a workout. So I'm not saying workout, but what I do suggest, and it's very fun, and especially for me because I enjoy meditation, but I cannot sit still long enough to do like, and clear my mind long enough to do like a sit down, like quiet area meditation. So for what really works for me is movement meditation. And sometimes what I'll do, that can be for doing yoga, that could be doing like going on the treadmill. Like I have so many friends when if I happen to be on the treadmill with them or whatever, they go, oh my god, you always have so many ideas and reminders and everything come through like when you're on the treadmill. And I'm just like, I know, I need to start writing things down because it just helps me clear my mind. But it can be yoga, it could be a treadmill, or definitely a walk in nature. Like I highly suggest that, but I don't like winter, so I don't really do that at this time of the year. But another one of my absolute favorites is literally popping on like 2 high energy, fun, free-flowing songs and just dancing. I heard a noise, I'm sorry. So that's, I swear I heard a noise, I'm so sorry. So that's my tip number 2, because it gets your body moving. It boosts serotonin, it boosts those feel-good hormones, and it's just so helpful. Honestly, it's so helpful. Like it's probably my number, like I love doing it. So yeah, and it helps you get into that high energy state too, and that high vibe and high frequency, like feel-good state. So move your body. Again, doesn't have to be workout. Highly recommend dancing. And I say like just free flow, do what your body feels like. If you want to go like this, you know, shake it out, do it. It's so great. My third tip is similar to number one, but it's actually being mindful of what you are ingesting. So, yes, people, I am not a size 2. I am a little bit on the fluffy side, but I am working on that. But that being said, I do try to be mindful of what I am consuming. I try to put in more clean, holistic ingredients from vitamins. So like I take a particular brand of vitamins that helps promote, it helps with certain, oh my god, am I trying to say words? It helps with certain hormones, and it has certain ingredients in it that are meant to, like, help you cope a little bit better. So being mindful of what you're ingesting, just really putting in good, clean, holistic ingredients into your body and meals and all that stuff. Obviously, I'm not telling you to go like vegan or whatever. If you want to do that, that's totally cool. I used to do vegan. I've contemplated going back to vegan, but not doing that right now. But yeah, just incorporating really clean, holistic ingredients. It just does so much for you too. And you wouldn't believe like how a lot of the process and icky, like, crappy stuff really contributes to us feeling shitty. So I really try to be mindful and careful of what I'm ingesting, and I really try to incorporate more organic options now into my meals if I can, swing it, of course. We all know fucking grocery prices there through the roof. And I do a lot of my own meals from scratch now. Like, I used to buy a lot of processed stuff and I felt so sluggish, and honestly, it's been so much better for my whole family because we're just getting so much more nutrients and just so much more cleaner, healthier, and better tasting meals that are also more cost effective. So way to go for that. Who doesn't want to save some money, right? And lastly, sorry, I need my coffee. It's not like my ADHD brain. Like, I'll be like, and then on a tangent, and then I'll be like, what the hell was I gonna say again? So if you watch my channel frequently, like before or going forward, because I'm gonna start posting a lot more consistently, you will notice that. I apologize in advance. I've got a bit of a squirrel brain. And what I was going to say was, for tip number 4 was expressing gratitude or practicing gratitude every day. Again, I know, so basic and everybody says that, but the reason why I say that is because it relates to like the spirituality aspect of things, of course, but I will say this. Before I started practicing gratitude, and it doesn't have to be a huge long thing, it could be simply waking up in the morning and saying, thank you for waking me up today. I'm so grateful. I'm so grateful for the sunshine, the birds outside my window, and for simply being alive. It could be, I'm so grateful for this cup of coffee. It could be, I'm so grateful for the fact I got to get my nails done, which these are not done, I have to get redone. It could be, I'm so grateful for my kids. I'm so grateful that I have this job. I'm so grateful that I got to sleep in an extra half an hour. I'm so grateful that, I don't know, I was gifted this. It could be anything, big or small. But I will say that before I started incorporating gratitude into a daily habit for me, I would wake up and I'd be like, oh, I'm so tired, I don't want to go to work, blah, 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 oh, this problem, like all the problems from yesterday popped into my head, and I'd be like, oh, this has to get done, and that has to get done, and this has to get done, and that has to get done. And before I knew it, it was like, it just set the tone for my whole day. And I'd be like having all these panic attacks, like I said, and so when I first kind of dove into my whole, or should I say revisited my whole spirituality aspect of things, 5 years ago, implementing a gratitude practice was probably one of the first things that I did, and it was very basic. It was like, thank you so much for waking me up today to experience life to its fullest and serve my life's purpose. And I didn't know what my life's purpose was at that time, but now I got it kind of figured out. So that was really nice. And I'm working on that with my business and of course with this YouTube channel. But I would say that, or sometimes I would write it, whatever I wanted to do. Sometimes I would do both. And I would just say, I'm so thankful today for the sunshine. I'm so thankful that I'm simply like, that I'm alive and breathing. And I am so thankful for my dog who came and cuddled with me this morning. I don't know, you know, just something. My dogs are huge cuddlers. Like, it's all they ever want to do. Yeah. And it doesn't have to be a long thing. I feel like so many people don't incorporate some kind of morning gratitude practice because I think there's a big misconception around it that it needs to be this really long, drawn out process. And it doesn't. It just needs to be something that you can take a minute or two and really just feel into the energy of those things. Feel into the energy of gratitude. If you are saying, I'm so thankful for the sunshine and the birds outside my window, like, allow the sun to hit your face and your body and really listen to the birds and really absorb that energy and that beauty and that sound in, and really absorb that gratitude energy and really just be super, super grateful and feel into that gratefulness and that frequency and that energy, because that is going to totally uplift you. I'm telling you, it's a game changer. It doesn't have to be long. My morning practice now is longer because I choose to have it longer because I do more things to, you know, incorporate in my morning practice. I do yoga for equestrians because I recently decided to cross off something off my bucket list and I started riding. Guys, I'm gonna be 36 next week, okay, the 22nd of March. And I was like, fuck this shit, I'm doing riding because it's something I always wanted to do. You know, and it's just so incredible. So like, I do yoga in the morning for equestrians. I try to get on the treadmill to do a minimum 1 kilometers just to kind of get moving because I commute an hour each way and I sit at a desk. So it's important for me to get my body moving, especially, you know, at my age now. I'm not saying I'm old, but like a lot of my 20s. What else do? I do a little bit of light journaling, and the one thing that I really, really love that I do all the time is my magic acronym worksheet. And this, I literally created this so that way people could implement, like my clients and my customers that I have could, and just people that have come across me or started following me, could implement a gratitude practice so they could do in the morning in 5 minutes. So I don't use the worksheet every day, but I use the content on the worksheet in my journal. So I do a column in the morning that has a date, a box that has a date, and I reflect on how I'm feeling that morning and before my morning practice. And then I do the acronym, so magic, 3 things I'm manifesting for that day, 3 affirmations for that day that I can use to reflect on and have pop up as reminders, 3 intentions I'm setting for that day, 3 things I'm grateful for, and 3 things, 3 things I'm grateful for, 3 intentions for the day, and 3 things I'm celebrating. And then I have a spot that I have that I can put in one thing that I love about myself, because self-care and self-love is super important. And then there's a little spot on the bottom that I can go back to in the evening that I reflect on how my day was. If I had things came up that I didn't really like and I didn't want to kind of release, I reflect on those, or just reflect on all the positivity that I've had happen, all the great things that had happened in the day. And it's such a great tool. It's like 5 minutes and it literally hits everything, you know, in a compacted amount of time. Manifesting, gratitude, intentions, celebrating you. I don't know if I mentioned that. 3 things that celebrate, that you're celebrating, and affirmations. So huge. So that is available if you are interested. I'll put like the link to my website, where you can join the mailing list, and then you can get the freebie that way. But it's so helpful. And yeah, so I do that. I do the yoga for equestrians. I do like minimum 1 kilometer on the treadmill, try to drink some water. I do a couple pages of reading, and more recently I also do some tapping. If you don't know what tapping is, or EFT, it's emotional freedom technique. That's a whole other thing I'll talk about in another episode. I love it. I probably will post episodes of scripts doing that. I also teach it, and I do three rounds of tapping, and I just do a little bit of dancing, and I'm starting to write a book, so I'm going to be incorporating just, maybe 10 minutes where I work on writing a page or writing towards my book. So yeah, so my practice now is a bit longer, but when I initially started out, it was literally like 5 minutes, not even, maybe like 2 to 5 minutes. So yeah, anybody can do it, and it made such a difference when it came to mental health and coping with mental health, and it just changed my life so significantly. So that's why I wanted to create this video and share with you guys. Anyways, I've been rambling for a long time, so if you stuck around this long, thank you so much. I will put the link to my website where you can see all my services and offers and join my mailing list to get my freebie in the show notes. There's also a link on my page as well that you can get to my link tree, and there's a few other links on there as well. I'll also put the name of our podcast on there because why not? You guys might like it. Yeah, and what else is there to add? I don't know, but I'll see you guys later. Oh, and if you enjoyed this video, give me a thumbs up. Please like and subscribe to my channel. It would mean the world to me and allow me to get more content out to more people and make more of an impact, which is my main goal. I'll put all my platforms, my social media platform handles in the show notes. Instagram, they're all the same, Soul Retreat 1111, TikTok, Pinterest, is that it? I think so. Oh, Facebook, it's just a page. I'll put all my show notes though. Please like and subscribe to my channel. It would be so appreciative. And if you've watched this video, I'm so very grateful. I hope you got some great content or some great advice from it, some value from it. Please let me know in the comments. Please feel free to share with anybody that you might know that could benefit from this. If you have any questions about anything, please feel free to leave a comment or send me an email in the email listed in the description box. And don't forget to hit the notification bell so that way you get alerted every time I post a video. I'm not committing to certain days of the week, but I am going to be doing 2 videos a week. And again, it's going to range from anything from spirituality as a whole to different techniques that have helped me to lifestyle. Could be great finds I've found, deals I've gotten, food I've cooked, I don't know, all kinds of things, home decor, to magical elements because I do practice, could be and obviously to mental wellness. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoy, and I hope you have an awesome St. Patrick's Day. Bye.